Hello everyone, my name is Paulo Alves, and on this video series we'll be building a web app for expenses control from scratch using Angular for the front end, Nest.js for the back end, and Firestore as the database. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow this project. In the previous videos we focused on the form validation for the sign-in page. If I don't put any value on the fields, we have the required messages. If I put a wrong value in the email, an invalid value we have the email is invalid message. If I put a valid email, then the recover password button becomes enabled. If I put anything on the password, then the login button becomes enabled. In this video, we'll get started with the login flow by setting up the Firebase Authentication tool. So in order to take care of the login, the recover password functionality, and the registration of a user, we'll use the Firebase Authentication tool, which is a tool that already gives everything we need to implement the authentication of a user. So I'll start by coming to the firebase.google.com website, and then I'll go to console. Here I'll just select the app that I want, the project that I want to set up the Firebase Authentication tool, which is the project we created on one of the previous videos. Now I'll go to build and select the authentication tool. So let's get started. First I have to select which signing methods I want to allow the authentication to happen. So I'll just select email and password. I'll enable it here and click on save. This I'll leave as disabled. So I'll click on save. And basically that's it. We have the email and password enabled, so let's first create a user. So I'll add a new user. I'll add the email IT with paulo@google.com, and the password will be 123456. Now I'll add this user. This is just gonna be for testing, right? For the next video where we'll really implement the login flow. So now what we need to do is to link our app to our Firebase authentication. So let's see how we do this. Actually, let's first talk about each one of those tabs here. We have the templates tab, which have the templates for the email address verification. So when the user comes here and clicks on the recover password button, this email, this template will be sent to the user. We can change it. We have the password reset. Actually, this is the password reset. This is another thing, it's the verification. So address change and SMS verification. We have here the usage, which will tell us if we are gonna have to pay for it or not. But don't worry, the limits are pretty high. So if you have to pay for the authentication, it means there are a lot of users registering and signing in into your app. So just don't worry about it. And we have settings. Yeah, just some settings. So that's it. Let's go back to our project. We have already the project started and the tests running. What we need to do now is to add some libraries that will help us with the Angular project to connect to our Firebase authentication tool. So let's go back to our project and start adding the libraries that we need for this. The first we're going to add is the Firebase library. So I'll tell npm to install Firebase. The second library you are gonna add is Angular Fire library, which makes the connection between Angular and Firebase. So I'll tell npm to install @angular/fire. And that's basically the two libraries that we need. We can check that they are here in Firebase in package.json, Firebase and Angular Fire. So let's connect our app to the Firebase authentication, okay, to Firebase. So in order to do this, I have to come to the app and to the app module, and I have to import the Angular Fire modules here. So the first module that I'm gonna import here is the Angular Fire module. And with this module, now I have to initialize the app. And here I'm gonna put some options, some configurations that will connect my app to the Firebase. So where do I get those configurations? I'll come here to project settings. I will create an app for our project. As this is a web app, let's create a web app here, my web app. I'll put the name as Angular Web. All right. Firebase hosting is already set up, so I don't need it. I'll register the app. Here we have the command that we just did to install the Firebase library, and here we have the configurations that we need. So I'll copy these configurations and paste them here. So now our app is connected to Firebase. I'll just continue to console. All right, so now our app is connected to Firebase, but it's still not connected to Firebase Authentication here, Firebase Authentication. So let's connect to it. I mean, let's actually import the module that has all the code that we use in order to call the Firebase Authentication methods, functions, like login, register user, recover password. So in order to do this, we just need to import the Angular FireAuth module. And that's it. Now we have our Firebase connected to our app, and we imported the authentication tool here, the functions, to call the authentication tool of Firebase. So now that everything is connected, we are actually gonna make the authentication on the next video, the login on the next video. So now that everything is connected, let's make this code better. Because let's say we have two environments, two Firebases with different authentication tools, one for development and one for production. By having the code like this, we have a problem because it's always going to be targeting one of them, and we'll have to switch between dev, and then when we are on our machine we point to dev, when we are in production we point to production, in all of them, in all these properties. So let's use our environment files. We have one environment for dev and one environment for production. So let's work with them. I will copy this, go to environment.ts, and put here a new attribute which will be called Firebase. Right? Let me just remove this comment, this comment. And now, as our production and dev environment are gonna be the same, I mean, I'm not gonna create two environments for this. So for production, I will just put the same thing here. But have in your mind that if we wanna create two environments, that's the way to do it. So I'll have one for dev, which is this one, and one for production. Okay, so this points to production Firebase, and this points to dev Firebase. All right, let's make now this even better. We can see that we are, as we have only one environment, we are doing the same thing for both files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an environment.default.ts. This default environment, what's going to have, I will export a constant which is going to be called default environment, and it will just have all the properties that my environments have. So this is the same as my dev environment, so I'm just gonna reuse it here for my dev environment. Okay, so I'm just spreading everything from my default environment. And for my production environment, the only thing that changes is this here. Right now, that's the only thing. So let's spread the default environment, and change only the production attribute. Okay, I'll save all of this. Let's see if our tests are still passing. Yes, apparently they are, and our app still works. Let's just make a test. Validation, any, okay, it's invalid, email.com, valid, this is enabled, any password, this is enabled. Okay, our app works just the same as before. So on the next video, we'll create the code that will actually call the Firebase Authentication tool, and we are gonna make a login. So all the links are gonna be on the first comment of this video, together with our Discord server invite. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and see you on the next video.